My name is Marv Dada, and this is a brief explanation of my solution to the second question of today's EDC Weekend Algorithm Challenge. First off, what you're seeing on your screen is an online editor for Kotlin. I happen to not have the IntelliJ IDE installed on this computer, so bear with me please as I make do with this. Right then, my solution is a single function that accepts an array of strings, as you see in the function declaration up top here. And the first thing I do in this function is to convert each string into its lowercase equivalent. That should take care of those pesky edge cases where you might have one word capitalized and the others are not. Yeah, so we get around that by doing this. Next, I declare an empty string variable, I call it prefix, to store the common prefix as we go along and compare each of the words we have in our array. Yeah. The next 3 lines is me just trying to get the shortest word, the length of the shortest word, because once we go beyond that, there's no more common prefix to be had, right? So we use that as our limit, so to speak. So on the 3rd line here, I'm trying to sort the individual items in the array by their length. Normally you'd sort alphabetically, but that doesn't really help us here. So I'm using this sorted with function in addition to compare by, which accepts the condition with which we're trying to sort the array. Here I'm only concerned with the length, so I want to sort by length only, so we go with that. If you had a more complex condition though, you would write that in here and the array will get sorted according to that condition in ascending order. Yeah. The next 2 lines, I just obtain the shortest word because we've sorted this array in alphabetical order, so the shortest word should be the first one, right? So I get the shortest word here, and on the 4th line or the 5th line, I guess, I get the length of that shortest word. I probably could have done all this in a single line, but then would be giving up on code readability, so we have this. Next is the for loops where the comparisons actually take place. So in the first for loop, as you see, I've helpfully named it parents here. I've labeled it parents. So yeah, what we're doing here is we are iterating from 0 until the length of our array. Until the length of our shortest word. Yeah, so we're iterating from 0 until the length of our shortest word. That's what we're doing in the parent for loop. And on the inner for loop, we're iterating from 0 until the length of our array. So in effect, we're iterating over the whole array of strings. But I've done it this way because we kind of need the index. So yeah, finally, the test condition here, the if statement just checks a certain character position, so it will go from 0 until the length of the shortest word, as I explained earlier. So it checks the certain character position in our current word, that's the first word, and then it compares that same position in the word immediately succeeding the current one. So if they are equal, it continues to compare the words in that same fashion until all the words are done. And then for each iteration of the inner array, if they're equal, the current character is added to our prefix, as we see here on this line. Yeah. Now, if they're not equal, that means that is the point where we stop having a common prefix. Yeah. So we just break out of the parent loop. Just break out of the parent loop here, and our testing is done. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's the entire video. I hope it was a little bit helpful at least. So thank you for listening, I guess.